Crafting Vicky here with you, and I'm so excited. It's March 3rd. I don't know when I'm going to be airing this video, but I actually finished writing with my February fountain pens, which is pretty amazing because I started the last time on the 15th. I have to admit to going on Facebook and getting a bunch of new pen pals so that I could write more letters. The addiction is real, guys. Totally addicted to stationery. I fell back into that passion. So need reasons to get more stickers, more washies, more pens to write, more inks, the whole thing. What can I say? That's my, it's something that brings me a lot of joy. So, and I don't think it's hurting anybody in the process. So I'm obviously at this point I have to say that fountain pens are becoming a hobby now of mine. I watch YouTube channel all the time. I'm obsessed with them, learning about new inks, learning about new pens, learning how to use them, how to modify them when you've got issues, the whole shebang. So yeah, let's go through the February 2021, the pens that I had and how they performed. So my Kaweco Hello Kitty, the fine nib with the Pilot Yamabudo ink was just, it's an A++. I totally loved it. I knew that I was gonna love it. I finished it right away. I think within a day and a half, 2 days, it was finished because obviously the cartridge is very small in the Kaweco. So yeah, I finished that one right away. I had to stop myself from using it, like refilling it, so that I would actually use the other ones. Then the Cross Wanderlust in Noodler's Apache Sunset, I gave it an A. The pen writes amazingly well. The ink was totally stunning in it. I've heard that it can stain, but when I cleaned out the pen, I didn't have any staining in the converter. But you know, the ink was only there for about 15 days, so maybe that's why, I don't know. But since it's not a pen where the ink shows through because it has a full body, like it's not like one of those where you see the ink, therefore I don't mind that the converter is stained, even if that had happened. I really love the Noodler's Apache Sunset. It's very bright, very cheerful ink. It's one of the ones that I finished later, and that was because I was keeping it for the end. So basically, once I finished my Hello Kitty, I tried writing with the different ones, and then I decided to really use up the one I didn't like so much so that I could have more pleasure afterwards. If it makes sense. So the other one that I just finished is the Platinum Plaisir limited edition in the Venus belt, which I had put Améthyste de l'Ural. I love the Platinum Plaisir. I stopped myself from writing with it more often so that I would use up some of the others. I give it an A+. And it's really a beautiful ink. It just wasn't as pleasurable as using the Kaweco, but it writes amazingly well. So really love that combination. Then the Conklin limited edition Elements Fire with the stub nib that I had put Rouge et Matite in. This was my first time using a stub nib, and I really loved it. I wasn't sure how I was gonna find it. It really made a statement, especially with that ink. So I gave it an A+. Really loved writing with it. Then the one that gave me a lot of trouble is the Conklin limited edition Elements, the water in medium. the nib just was skipping. It didn't want to write. It was very scratchy, and it would skip. So then I worked on the nib, which is something I had never done. I watched a video on how to use a nail filing to adapt it, and then I also got myself a magnifying glass, but I got it too late to actually see that there was a little bit of a discrepancy in the nib, I think, but I couldn't get it fully aligned. However, once I had used the nail filing on it, it became really juicy, and it would, like, the ink was really coming out, which would have been normal with a medium, but it was still skipping sometimes. So I will probably give it another go with that nib, maybe with a different ink, and see if I have the same issue. Once I played with it, it wasn't as scratchy, but it was not perfect. So I'll probably give it another go, and depending on how that goes, I will probably change the nib, because I think there's probably something wrong with that nib. The pen is gorgeous. I love it. I'm really happy that I got it, but the nib is giving me issues. Now, the Moonman S5, the extra fine nib in carbon ink black, I hated it last month. I had given it a C, but this month it was really, really good. I use this pen because it has the black platinum carbon ink in black. I use this pen when I'm making art, and you've probably seen me make some videos with it. It's amazing. It writes over everything because it's waterproof. It dries really fast, and it's waterproof, so it's really, really good. I have no issues this month with it. It was really, really awesome. I don't know if it's because I've been using it more that it started writing better. I did realize that I have other nibs for it, so I could change the extra fine if I wanted. But for now, it really works well. And this one is a cheaper fountain pen, so I don't mind that it has the black ink, because those can eventually kind of ruin your pen because of the fact that it is archival, and because of the fact that the water, it doesn't react to water. Obviously it can stain your pen and create all sorts of nib issues from what I've heard, but because this one is such a cheap pen, I don't really mind, and I really wanted a pen that I could use in my art, so it's doing a fabulous job for that. Now, the last one, which I had not presented to you guys, and I haven't yet shown you the video of me getting it, is the Kaweco Lilliput Brass Wave, and I wasn't gonna ink it. Now, what happened is when I unboxed it, there was ink all over. Basically, the cartridge got damaged in the process of shipping, and so in order not to lose the ink in the cartridge, I put it on. So I've been writing with it, and it's an A++, even though, because the Cross Wanderlust, I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but the reason I gave it a lesser note, even though I was writing beautifully, is that it's a very thin pen, and I like my pen to be bigger. So I was finding that it was difficult to write, and I wasn't reaching out for it as much just because of because of that. Whereas this one is very tiny. It's almost the same size, but for some reason, yeah, I love it, and I don't mind writing with it. It's just perfect. I love that it's so small, and you can just post it, and you know, here you go. Yeah, I'm really loving the experience, and this will definitely not be the last Lilliput in my life. I got this one instead of my unicorn one because of the fact that I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, so I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money on a fountain pen and then not like it. But definitely now that I know I do, I will be getting the one that I was longing after. So yeah, so now for the month of March, let's see what we've got inked up. But before we do that, I've got a newcomer, a new ink, and I want to document it. So it's Mont Blanc in the toffee brown. I saw Pickwick Turtle using it, and I just had to get it. It was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't have any Mont Blanc ink. I couldn't get it here. Nobody seemed to have it, so I got it on Amazon US, and I'm really, really happy that I got this gorgeous, gorgeous ink. So I wanted to document that. So here is my ink little book where I keep all the different inks that I have. I will just put this in here as well, because I've been documenting all the things that I get which are fountain pen related in this book, so I know when I've purchased them, and I can actually refer to this. I have also started a worksheet on Excel, and where I put all the pens, where I got them, the money I spent, and as well as the ink, so that I've got some sort of something with it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to have that information, and I got it today, so it was perfect. The timing was just perfect. So this is Mont Blanc, and it's in the toffee brown. As you can see, sometimes it does skip, but really not that much compared to what it used to do. So I'm really loving it. Okay, so now we will do the February lineup. Okay, so you will probably not be surprised that the Kaweco Hello Kitty is making a comeback, and I just inked them up, so, and I just realized that there's still some ink on the body here. So before I put it all over my hands, and that's why I've got stains on my hands, because I just filled up those pens, and yeah, that's what happens. So we're March 2021. So it's the Kaweco Hello Kitty fine nib, and this time I put pink in it, so it's what's it called? It's Hope from Diamine. It's Hope Pink. Whoops. Diamine. So yeah, I've got a feeling that it's going to get emptied very quickly, as it was last month. Now, you also saw me do a haul on this pen, so I had to use it in the lineup, and I still had some gray that I had not used, the Faber-Castell. You saw me show you that when I got it, but I didn't, I had not used it yet. So this is the Platinum Plaisir. It's very juicy. Blue medium nib, and you can see how it's flowing, and it's paired with the Graph von Faber-Castell Stone Gray. I forgot to do that, which is what Chris always does to show how the ink actually spreads. And you can see how juicy it is, basically. Okay, so those two pens you had seen already. Now we have this one, which you saw as well. So, which you saw, but you didn't see. You didn't see the unboxing, but now you know about it. So, this is the Kaweco. The, I believe, whoops, Lilliput. I think it's a fine. Oh, it's medium. Kaweco, Lilliput, Brass Wave. It's a medium nib. And it's a Kaweco cartridge. So that's this one. And the one thing I don't like so much is that this one doesn't have a clip, so I you know, it has to be loose with my other pen in my beautiful pouch that Kimberly had given me from I'm having a blank, from Gallon Leather. I don't know why I'm having a blank. So this is the Moonman S5, and it's an extra fine nib, and I'm using the Platinum Black Carbon ink. It doesn't smudge as much, and if you wait just a tad, like, it won't move at all. Now, the other ones that you didn't see yet, and well, you saw them in my couch. I showed them in my couch, but I didn't really share them. So there's this beauty, and this one is a Twisby. So it's a Twisby Echo, white and rose gold, and I'd been eyeing that one for a while, and it's a fine, with a fine nib, and I use the Twisby, what's it called? The Midnight Blue. And I didn't ink it all up. It doesn't really show, but I've inked it up about to here. And I kind of did that on purpose because of the fact that they're so large, the echoes, that I don't want to be stuck at the end of the month having, last time I had my echo lasted a very long time, and so because I want to be able to alternate pen and things from month to month to month, I'm putting in those pens a little bit less ink so that you know, I can vary. Now, another beauty which you haven't seen is this gorgeous pen. This one is a Twisby Classic in the turquoise edition. It's a limited edition, and when I saw the turquoise, I had to get it. This is a pen that I've never had. Like, I never had the Twisby Classic, so it was and now the nib size in this thing, I never can remember. This one is a medium nib, and it's the first time I believe that I have a medium nibs for the Twisby. So this is a whoa, I'm writing Twisby wrong. Twisby Classic Turquoise. And it's so weird to fill it up because I'm used to the Twisby and being able to see the ink. Here you can only see it in this little section, but yeah. And I paired it with Monte Verde California teal, which I thought was going to be perfect for the color of the pen, because I do like to do that. So yeah, what can I say? What can I say, guys? And finally, this one that you haven't seen either is the mini Twisby AL in gold. And this one I put in the Mont Blanc ink because I thought it was going to be perfect for that. And this one is in a broad nib, which is also something new to me. So Twisby AL mini in gold with, and you can see the difference in the size of the nib. It's really fun with broad nib paired with Mont Blanc toffee brown. And I thought this was going to be a nice brown for this pen. You can see how juicy it is. So I think I'm going to have a lot of fun writing with this little one as well. And it, unlike the big edition, it has a lot less ink. So obviously should be able to go through it a little bit faster. I didn't fill out my other new one, which is the Golden Horse Twisby, because I'm expecting some pretty amazing ink. It should have come in today, but it got, well, first of all, it got delayed at the customs for a very long time because I purchased it at Goulet Pen and it just took forever and a day to get here. But the other thing is there's duty on it, so I need to go and pick it up, and I'll be doing that tomorrow. So then I will probably ink it up, but I will also show you the pen. So I forgot to put the name here. So this is, well, I didn't forget, I wanted to write it with this, so inks, and this one is toffee brown. And you can see, because of the broad nib, I think you can see a lot more variation in, well, I don't know if you can pick it up in the camera, but there's a lot of variation, like darker and lighter, which is really, really fun. So that for now is my pen lineup. Like I said, I will probably ink up the other one, but I will probably do that once this one is finished, or this one. Well, actually, this one doesn't really matter because it's loose, but I only have 5 spots in my pen case, so yeah, I need to empty out 1 spot before I can get the new one in. but it will probably be listed as well for my March. Hopefully I will get through more pens, and with all the new pen pals I have, and just having a lot of fun writing with all of these beauties. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Looking forward to reading your comments. I would love to know which one you prefer and which ink you prefer as well. And that's it for now. Bye!